It is time for another episode of Grateful Gratitude with Lolo and Lexi. Once again, we have Lolo here, and today we're going to talk about gossip, and boy, do I need your help.
Well, we're going to talk about what is gossip and why do people gossip.
Okay.
Do you want to venture a guess before we get into it?
Well, I mean, I come from a journalism background, so
So you're out there to report.
I'm out there finding the news and reporting the news.
Reporting the news. Okay.
Does that work?
Do you fact check?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So really the definition of gossip is just simply talking about someone who's not present. It could be good, could be bad, could be neutral, but primarily it's unsubstantiated facts.
Okay. So if I'm just reporting the facts, it's not necessarily gossip.
Well, let's get into that.
Okay.
Okay. So really, it does cover more than just talking bad about somebody, but it also, I just want to focus on a lot of times people talk to talk.
Yes.
Just to hear themselves speak and to keep people interested in them. So I'm going to read you some information. This was a study done by the University of California, Riverside, and they put portable listening devices on 467 people, and they followed them to track gossip. So 269 were women, 198 were men, so that tells you men are more fearful of
Being recorded.
knowing that they're, big
Absolutely.
guys.
I understand that.
And between the age of approximately 18 and 58. So that covers a lot of people. And they wanted to know who gossiped the most. And so they did a demographic. So what they found was negative gossip was twice as prevalent as positive gossip. So if you said one good thing, you probably said two bad things.
Okay.
Okay. Extroverts gossiped more than introverts.
That makes sense.
I thought that was probably pretty clear. People who were wealthier and higher educated gossiped more than lower income people.
That doesn't necessarily surprise me either. I don't know why, though.
Well, I don't know. It could be communication. Maybe they're a better communicator, so they have the opportunity. I don't know. That's a good one we could check out. And on average, people spent about 52 minutes a day out of a 16-hour day gossiping. That's almost an hour.
That's kind of low for me.
You think it's low?
Well, you know this about me. I don't like talking about myself.
Uh-huh.
So I may naturally just talk about other people more than the average person.
Well, I think...
and not necessarily in a bad way.
No, but I think some of us have jobs that we interact with a lot of people, and we may have the opportunity, because, it says in the Bible that if you gossip, or if you listen to gossip, you're just as guilty as the person gossiping.
Yeah, you've caught me in that before, by the way. Yeah.
It's hard to shut people down sometimes when they want to tell you something. And, I've told you the story before. We were at lunch one time, and someone came up to me and said, I have the juiciest piece of gossip. And I just had to say, I can't hear it. I don't want to hear it, because, number one, I think gossip will drag me down as a person. I love hearing celebrations from other people, like something's gone really well. I would love for you to share and say, hey, did you hear that such and such in suite 192 just got $1 million contract or something? I mean, I think that's awesome, but I guess that's considered gossip too.
Is it? I was going to ask that.
Did you actually see the sale? Do you know for a fact that is true?
To me, gossip, no, you're right, but to me, gossip has ill intentions.
I think the word gossip is a negative word, but I think over the years we've eliminated ourselves, have eliminated that if it's good, it's still gossip. And really, it's not bad to build others up through sharing celebrations, but I think that most times, and I really thought that probably the negative gossip would have been 3 or 4 times higher than the positive.
Yeah.
But maybe that's our own personal experience. Maybe we're around people who constantly talk. Because like this morning, we're in a group of 80 people. What are the odds that someone's going to tell you something about someone else in the room or out of the room?
Incredibly great.
Huge. Huge. So I guess I'm just trying to, put a different look on the word gossip. Because when you look it up, it does say it could be neutral information.
Yeah.
But I think that the big point is, if you don't know the facts and you don't know for sure, then you really shouldn't spread it.
How do you feel about people talking about you or gossiping about you?
Me personally?
Yeah.
It no longer bothers me.
Okay, I was getting because it doesn't bother me one bit. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of flattered people are talking about me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely, good or bad, that I'm on their mind. The other thing that I do, and I'm only half joking when I do this. When I was in the corporate world, whenever I saw a closed door meeting, whether it was 3 people or
Right.
a big meeting, I would always tell the receptionist, whoever's by that conference room, hey, they're talking about me in there. I know they're talking about. That's why the door's closed. They're talking about me.
Oh, goodness. Well, I don't know. I think that once I finally came to the realization it doesn't matter what anybody thinks but God,
Yeah,
I didn't care. And I thought if someone wants to tear me down, their relationship's not good with God right now. And I just need to pray for those people. But I did, and I told this story last week in our Grateful Gratitude meeting that when I first started this ministry, there were a lot of daggers being thrown behind me as to why was I so righteous and why was I trying to do this and why didn't I just, and my only response is God put it in my heart. And if you have a problem with that, go to God.
yeah,
Ask him why he did it. But so I think though a lot of times the people we're around, they are saying good gossip.
Mhm.
I would say most of the time it's not all negative and slanderous. But again, I think it's just going back to thinking again about what am I going to gain from sharing this piece of information? Is it going to make me a better person? Is it going to get twisted when you hear it and spread it and share it? I should say share it, not spread it. So that's something to think about. What am I benefiting by hearing this gossip or saying this gossip? The old thing, is it, have you thought it through? Will it benefit anybody? That type of
Exactly.
thing. So you look like you have something to say.
not yet.
Oh, okay.
I will though.
Okay. You can also ask this person, why do you feel I need to know this? Why are you telling me this? That's a hard thing.
It is because I think a lot of times, this is what I was going to say, the person that is gossiping, he or she, they're just making conversation. They're not necessarily, they have no intentions. They have no ill intentions or good intentions. It's just, hey, you and I both have a friend in common, so
Right.
let me share this story with you, just
Right.
to make conversation.
And I think that's truly how gossip has become, is that we just think, well, it's common conversation. And sometimes we forget, though, that we might be hurting somebody's feelings.
Because I know, like for me, it is easier for me to talk to you about someone else rather than tell you what I did this weekend.
Yeah, I'm like that, too.
And so, you may fall into that trap.
Well, I know my mom will always say, did you have a good weekend? And I always say, I think so. But I think it's the same thing because living in peace and not being drug into any drama. Yeah, I think I had a great weekend. But I guess that's the thing is some people you do know just want to inflame and start drama and feel better about themselves, thinking there's something about someone else.
Absolutely. There's a whole lot of people out there that,
Yeah.
and I feel bad for those people. Those people that they build themselves up by tearing others down. And, and you and I both are the same way. I'm not mad at those. I feel bad for those people.
Yeah, I feel sad. I don't
yeah.
feel bad. I feel sad that they're wasting their life
Exactly.
on that. And I think that's the biggest thing is, we can't buy time, can't steal time, can't make time. So why waste time being, a gossip or things that we could be doing bigger and better things. But the last thing I want to say, and I've learned to do this a lot, so I'll see if you notice or not. But when someone comes up to me and they want to tell me a story about somebody else, I start diverting my eyes or start looking at my phone. I do everything I can to try and say I'm not interested. But some people don't get that either.
Well, I've noticed that I don't know if you've noticed that, I've got to the point with you
Yeah.
where before I even tell you the story, I tell you, okay, I know you don't want to hear this, but you got to hear this.
But I will listen,
And
what will happen? I will give you some kind of good spin on that instead of making it negative, right?
there's a whole lot that I don't tell you because I know you don't want to hear it.
But you also know my personality.
Exactly.
And you know my character. And it's kind of like, I would rather hear the good stuff about the special needs or the Special Olympic,
Yeah.
people that you work with. I'd rather hear that because that's so inspiring as opposed to who got drunk last week. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So.
True.
Okay, so let's just a couple Bible verses before we go, and then we will end it up. Proverbs 16:28. A perverse person stirs up conflict, and a gossip separates close friends.
Yep, true.
Ephesians 4:29.
I agree with the Bible there.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Do not let any unwholesome talk come from your mouths, but only what is helpful to build others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. So the Bible says, don't do it. So we're going to follow the Bible.
Good for you.
All right, until next time, have a great week.
Thank you.